Welcome to another episode of Coffee on the Dark Side.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, depending on the hour you're listening to us. And what do we have this week, my dear friend?
That's a good question.
Beside all those credits here behind my elbow.
Well, you've seen that magic.
Yeah,
Trailer.
trailer. So
You
for
want-
those who
You
play,
wanted to take a minute.
for those who play Magic the Gathering or don't, the next set to be released, like I think it's this or either was during this weekend or the previous or on the next weekend. It's going to be the pre-release event. I've been playing less and less Magic now, but I just want to focus a little bit on the fact that this set is going to be inspired by the Tales of Grimm and other tales from Europe and such. With the trailer, you've seen Gingerbread Man
From Shrek.
from Shrek. You didn't notice, but there was a poison apple. A lot of food. There are going to be food tokens on this set. With the art, I've seen things like the Beauty and the Beasts, Goldilocks. Actually, the art of Goldilocks special version appears on the book when it's open. A little bit to the Red Riding Hood. The hunter is going to be a character that's been for many years on the lore of Magic the Gathering. It's going to be Garruk, the one who hits the gingerbread man. No, I just found the set funny and the art, especially the special versions of the cards. There's some cards have a special version. There it's more a little more illustrated, and the art itself is in a different style, like more the old drawings from the storytelling books from Grimm. I just want to point out that if anyone wants some inspiration or some art when you're doing something related to the Tales of Grimm, and you're not going to put the things you're creating up for sale, I highly suggest you to get inspired by the art on this Magic set. Just that. The whole concept, it was funny. The many variations that artists do with the inspirations that get from childhood with the Tales of Grimm, and all the movies and comic books and video games that are being released connected to the Tales of Grimm has inspired this set, and I think it's lovely. You've seen the trailer. What you
Yeah,
thought about the trailer?
It was, as a guy who doesn't really play Magic,
Yeah,
because I had a set years ago,
yeah,
and someone gave it to me, and I never really got into that kind of
Yeah.
game. And I remember I sold it for like
200.
200 euros or something.
Yeah,
It helped me take my driver's license, which
it was magical.
which is magical. But apart from that, the trailer itself, it's funny. It's very well drawn. I like that style of animation, which almost tries to mimic real life.
Yeah,
It's nice with the details.
I just
I
think
can't
it's a
really
missed
get it.
opportunity that they had the hunter to do the shit in terms in the trailer and not the Muffin Man.
Yeah, the Muffin Man would be nice.
Yeah, a Muffin Man would be
The Muffin Man.
Then they would be probably processed by DreamWorks, but who gives a fudge? It's Wizards of the
That's
Coast.
the thing. That's the thing. But it would be nice.
Yeah.
Like who married the Muffin Man? The
It was the Muffin Man!
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
Yeah, the Muffin Man is.
Yeah, the Muffin Man.
We should get the Muffin Man.
On the episode, on air?
On the game, on that game.
Ah,
You should get it like a card
yeah.
that says
The Muffin Man.
Should be really a token.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to do a little token. A construct made of food is going to be the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man. Hello?
Forces. Nope, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
You don't have the force.
Yet.
You're not force sensitive.
Yet.
But
Besides
speaking of trailers,
trailers,
speaking
exactly.
of trailers,
is to going to close the door.
no, don't. Yeah,
Yeah?
close it. Yeah. Just, I don't want no ghosts coming in. But speaking of trailers,
Yeah.
and since this is kind of Star Wars related,
Kinda.
we did see also the teaser for Birds of Prey,
Yeah.
the DC movie,
Yeah.
and Ewan McGregor is portraying Black Mask in that movie.
I'm not so familiar with that character. Is that a villain or a hero?
Supposedly that Black Mask is one of the villains from Batman.
Ah.
I think that he first appeared in a Batman issue in 1980 something.
Ah.
And I think that he's been in already one or two animated movies.
Black Mask.
Like I think he was in Batman Under the Red Hood, I think. And I think that he was in another one.
The Red Hood.
Yeah, Under the Red Hood. It's the name of the movie.
I know. I've seen the movie, but I don't remember
I
Black
think
Mask.
he's there. I can't remember. I had to watch it again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a Batman villain.
I need to see the new animated movie of Batman.
Yeah.
The Hush.
Hush. Yeah.
Hush.
I also need to see.
Ah! It's gonna save the universe. Boom, 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 dum, 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 dum. Look, Skywalk. I tried. It doesn't fit. I was. You showed me the trailer like 10 minutes ago, and I was like, why the fucking red balloon? The first red balloon. And then another set of red balloons.
With the
And then it
soundtrack
starts
for it.
And then starts to playing the soundtrack for it, and then Harley Quinn pops the balloon.
That's the thing. I don't know what the fuck Harley Quinn is doing in that movie.
I know.
Because I don't remember that Harley Quinn was part of Birds of Prey.
She isn't.
She isn't. So
That's why it says on in the trailer.
yeah, but why the fuck do we get okay, it's Margot Robbie. It's nice to see her on camera, but
I think there's a part when in Suicide Squad and many other stories that Harley Quinn feels betrayed by the Joker and goes on a female rampage.
she's always betrayed by the Joker.
Yeah, but she gets enough of it.
That's why she's fucking over with clowns.
Yeah.
And that's what she says. That's what she says in the thingy. The trailer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, unless this is going to be another
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad Harley Quinn,
I think she's a little bit changed, at least from the 10 seconds we saw in the teaser trailer.
what I hope personally,
We have to sound like the guys that do this for a living, that we just 10 seconds they comment like for an hour.
The thing is,
did you notice the changes of her costume?
well, she wouldn't
I'm
have.
joking.
She wouldn't always have the same clothes, right?
I know, but I'm joking.
I know. But what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
I think that in Suicide Squad she was kind of misused
Yeah.
because she would be perfect as the main character.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that Suicide Squad doesn't have really a main character. It's a badly structured movie.
It kinda has. I think the one with the most action is Will Smith. Just saying.
But the main character is not the same as the one that has most action.
Yeah.
Those are two
Different
things.
concepts.
And a movie needs to have clear structure. And that's one of the main issues that I have.
Welcome
with
to our class of Movie Stories 101.
it. This is I don't want to be that guy who always complains about movies because
Because we're not.
because I'm not. I tend to enjoy every single movie in the cinema.
Then we
The
try
first-
to enjoy
That's
it.
the thing. The first time, and this happens every single time. Whenever I see a movie in the theater, I always kind of enjoy it,
Yeah.
no matter how bad the movie is.
Yeah.
And when I'm driving home, and
Kinda. There was at least one you fell asleep.
well, yeah, twice.
Twice. On the same movie.
No,
On the
no,
same session.
I actually fell asleep 2 times.
I know.
In the movie. That was the one you're talking about. Was the
Yeah.
first. I don't remember the name of the movie.
Now you can see me too.
Yeah,
Or
now you see me.
too.
Yeah, and the first time was when not not the last one, but the one before it, from the Harry Potter saga.
So episode 6 or 7?
Which one is the last one?
8.
And then 7.
Okay.
I fell
It's
asleep
7
there.
part 1 and part 2.
I fell asleep there.
On part 1.
Yeah.
Okay. How many minutes did you were asleep?
Probably the whole movie. I think that the only part of the movie that I saw
Yeah.
were the first 5-10 minutes,
Okay.
and then I remember I was awake when Dumbledore died.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I think those are the only parts of the movie I've seen.
Okay.
And I really can't remember what happened in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
No, just asking this because when I was a little boy,
Living in a lonely world.
kind of.
Continue.
I went to see the Pokemon movie on theaters.
The first one.
The first one. The greatest one. Actually, 1 and 2 are the perfect ones. The others...
Probably the only one that matters.
The second I also liked.
Yeah, the second one is also
Yeah.
good.
From third to front, they just started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything fell apart.
Yeah. I went to see with my dad because I was little, and my dad my dad can sleep everywhere, practically, and my dad fell asleep before the beginning of the movie.
Mhm.
Like we're still in the trailers, and he only woke up in the generics, in the credits, actually.
Nice.
Like,
Nice. That's nice.
that's like, oh, I fell asleep a little bit in the theater. That's nothing. My dad slept for an entire movie. He actually fell asleep before the movie starting.
What did you do, huh? Now tell me your achievements.
You wanna compare achievements on PlayStation 4? Let's
Fight me,
compare
bro.
on real life, bitch.
Fight me, bro.
But yeah, that's it for trailers, I think. Mm, it's gonna be in a
Yeah.
slow
But
week.
but tell me, what did you what I mean, the Birds of Prey one wasn't really a trailer. It was more
Yeah,
of a
teaser
teaser.
trailer.
It was more of a teaser. We can't
So,
really see anything. But I remember
you see
watching.
Harley Quinn again.
I remember that Ewan McGregor
Yeah.
shows up without a mask,
Yeah. You
but
clearly
Black
see his face.
but Black Mask uses a black mask.
Yeah, no shit.
I just hope we don't get like just 5 minutes of mask.
Hey, if it's in the penetrative moment of the movie, safety first.
Shit.
What?
Well, this
Battery?
I have to get the door.
Oh, the door. Hello, the door. No, we're still recording just lonely and alone. What the fudge? What the fudge? You have to probably cut the 3 minutes. I was like, what the fudge? What the fudge?
Why
What the
though?
fudge?
Why though?
Because I was looking at this and I was like, what the fudge?
I was making
I mean,
no. I'm actually making like
a
a
little
thumbnail.
thing.
A
Okay.
thumbnail.
So,
Sorry,
where were we before you
We
were
were-
walking the Jawas?
you were talking about Ewan McGregor.
The mask and
Ewan
the
McGregor.
protection. Um, I actually don't even know who are the actors of the Birds of Prey gonna be. The Black Canary
I can't remember their names.
and the other one.
I can't remember their names. I actually just remember Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Because Ian McGregor.
Yeah.
It's like he's being active again.
And I'm happy
Yeah.
because he's a.
I think the last movie I saw with him was Transporting 2.
I haven't seen Trainspotting 2 yet.
It's lovely. But it's like they made it so well.
I know that I need to see it,
Yeah.
but I just haven't gotten
The
around
time.
to.
Yeah. Well, take the movie with you for the vacation.
Yeah, probably that's probably what I'm going to do, yeah.
Yeah. But take the two of them, the one and the two.
I've seen the first one plenty of times.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one. And the first one is really good.
Yeah.
I actually think that the first one was his major breakthrough. I actually think I've read somewhere that Trainspotting 2
Yeah.
was the movie that took him to Hollywood. And looking,
Transporting 1, you mean?
yeah, what did I say?
The two.
Yeah, no, the first one.
After so many years, just now he's entering Hollywood.
No. No, I'm talking about the first one. Yeah, sorry.
You remember his weird ass movie with George Clooney?
Which one?
The man that kills sheep with just the eye, the look of the eye. I'm translating the name from the translation name. The army movie about is a journalist that searches for a secret team of the USA Army that were experimenting on drugs to activate psychic powers to defeat the enemies with the mind.
I remember reading something about it.
The movie is great.
I remember reading something about it, but I don't think I've seen it.
The movie is just great.
Because I'm not a huge fan of George Clooney, to be honest. So
But
if
it's not like
it's not a Clooney movie, yeah.
it's not a Clooney movie. It's a funny Clooney movie.
Yeah. I'm not saying
It's not like that smirk
Yeah.
of Nespresso. It's like that movie where he plays the brothers that's escaping prison.
Yeah.
That type of comedy.
I'm not saying that every Clooney movie is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not your type.
I'm not. I'm just not that big of a fan.
I actually like really much Ocean's 11.
That's probably the only movie that George Clooney has from
That you like.
which I can say that I enjoy.
1, 2, or 3.
Probably the first one.
Yeah. It
The
was
other-
the news.
The other two. If I'm doing like a small marathon,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. If I'm doing a marathon, I can see all three of them. But
Four.
four, yeah, four. But I think that the first one is the only one that is actually great.
Yeah. It was the news at the time. It was innovating
Yeah, everyone wanted to do a movie like that.
afterwards, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's that expression. It's a Clooney movie. Yeah, it's like. I understand why some people enjoy. I understand why women enjoy
Imagine a Star Wars movie.
with Clooney.
No. With clones.
Hmm.
Lot of clones.
And all of them are George Clooney.
And a bit of comedy. Can you still call it a Clooney movie?
That's a good question. Shit.
A movie of clones having fun is a Clooney movie. An animated Looney Tunes versions of the clones is a Clooney movie. Because clones and Looney.
Yeah.
Clooney. Boom!
Yeah, you're onto something.
On to something.
You're onto
The
something.
Clooney
man.
Tunes.
Yeah. all characters are Bugs Bunnies with George Clooney's face.
Now Bugs Bunny's with the clone's armor. Hey, sorry. Talking about clones and how they fell, and then the empire rise,
How they fell.
and then they fell. Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. So we haven't talked about this, but we have had the confirmation for a little bit long time. The Mandalorian show is also going to introduce to the television per se the fact how from the ashes of the empire
Mm-hmm.
some groups joined a secret operative to create the successor of the empire, which is the First Order.
We were kind of almost discussing this last week
Yeah,
when we mentioned Battlefront 2's
yeah,
campaign
yeah.
and Operation Cinder and all of that. Because apparently they're finally going to, and I just need to charge this
Yeah.
this thing. So thank you.
It's all mine now. All mine. I have the power of the computer. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
But yeah, apparently they're finally actually
Introducing to the television the rise of the
not
First
only
Order.
not only that, but they are finally molding together every different media of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Meaning movies,
Comics.
comics, television,
Yeah.
and
Video games.
and
Books.
with comics and movie and books, they have to be really smart
Porn.
about it. Yeah, porn too. God, I would love to see some porn about that. We're digressing. But the thing is, with comics and the books, they need to be smart about it
Yeah.
because not everyone
He's going to read it.
is gonna read them, and it's much easier for the casual fan to play a video game or watch a TV show, even if it is a cartoon.
Actually, the casual. What do you call a casual fan?
The guy that follows Star Wars
Ah.
generally.
The thing is, what I consider a casual fan
It's just
nowadays
the moviegoer.
is just the moviegoer. Not even the cartoon goer, just the moviegoer. That's the casual fan.
Well, either way, you need to get a third category, because the hardcore fan reads everything and watches everything.
No, I think that's I'm going to call the supreme leader fan.
The supreme fan.
The supreme fan. The one that reads everything, plays everything, buys everything.
So the hardcore fan is the one that watches the TV and the cartoons with the
And
movies.
some books. Either books or comics.
And the supreme one is the one that
Reads everything.
okay.
And knows the shit. No, we need this the reads everything. And then you have the emperor fan
I have a different
that
theory.
also has the things about the expanded universe.
I have a different theory.
Okay.
There's the standard fan,
Yeah.
which is the guy that watches the movies. Okay?
Okay.
And maybe some
I think we should. I will stop you right there. I think we should change it. Change it. The casual fan is the guy that just watches the movie. The standard fan is the guy that watches the movie.
You'll see
and the
you'll
shows.
see what
Okay.
I'm going
Okay,
at.
go.
The standard fan is the one that goes to the movies, maybe watches a show or well.
Yeah.
Then you have the deluxe fan,
Okay.
which bought the DLCs
Some of them.
and
The season pass.
and watches most of it.
Yeah.
And then there's the ultimate fan,
Who also reads the back lore.
which is the guy that pays 200 for a game, you know, it gets everything. It's the complete
Yeah.
package.
With the book of extras and is going to Wikia with the lore.
Yeah. Spends a lot of time on Wikipedia,
So
editing Wikipedia.
okay, so the standard fan is just the movies. The deluxe fan,
Deluxe, yeah.
the deluxe fan, is the guy that also has the TV shows.
And some books.
Just we'll just
Yeah.
put the TV shows because it's easier to approach.
Mhm.
You have the collector edition fan, which has the movies, TV shows, and comic books / books. It's like, and there should be a fourth category.
Then between the standard and the deluxe.
No, after the collector edition.
No, you can between the standard and the deluxe. You can put like the steelbook version. Because some games have the steelbook version,
Yeah,
which just has like 1 or 2 add-ons.
yeah.
Oh, Batman is installed.
Batman! Birds of Prey. Harley Quinn.
I think that Harley Quinn is in this one.
Yeah. Actually, you can pay for like €3 or more the expanded story of.
I also think that this has the Scarecrow.
Yeah, he is the spoilers, the first villain
Yeah.
per se. Yes, we have our PlayStation. Yeah, we have the PlayStation of our one of. We have the PlayStation of one of our speakers on to see what the fuck do we have on store.
Well, I have 3 items.
Yeah, that's the ones they give you immediately.
So, by the way, PlayStation Plus is giving.
Yeah, this month.
Okay.
Shao Kahn.
That's for Mortal Kombat.
Ah, okay. Shadow Khan!
Finish him.
So where was I? Where was I?
Steelbook edition.
Steelbook edition. So we should like do a real study with this, because what do we have? I think it's easier for some fans to approach the comic books than approach the books.
I even think that whoever has that predisposition to actually go and read something,
Yeah.
unless they are really a bookworm.
We should in every class we should do a subclass which is the plus. What do I call the plus? Is the guys that buy figurines
Yeah, and the Funko Pops and stuff.
and the
yeah.
Funko Pops.
Because some people buy
you're
the
just gonna buy maybe a Funko Pop.
Because a lot
and
of
the plus
people-
plus
yeah.
is the guys do actually do the collection of the things. In
the thing
physical.
is, there are people who will buy for instance, the Funko Pops,
Yeah.
and will not buy a book
Yeah.
or will not buy a comic.
Yeah.
But the other way around isn't really possible. I think that
Buys the figurines and doesn't buy.
no, a person that buys the comics and the books and doesn't buy a figurine or two. I'm not talking about collecting them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about buying some of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For instance, I have some of them, but I'm not yet collecting them.
Yeah.
I have like
Well, if you were
5.
collecting them, the Star Wars, you were a bit late because there are some series that go, they stop producing after
I know.
a bit. You have,
I have the Empire Strikes. I have 2 from Empire Strikes Back. I
you
think.
have the Yoda one.
from Dagobah.
You have the
Darth Vader
the
1.
Darth Vader. You have BB-8.
I have Jin, small
Yeah.
Jin,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I have a Chewbacca. It's not here, but I have a Chewbacca.
Ah, okay. It's more figurines than I have. I actually don't have much space, so I
I don't have
don't
space
buy.
either.
You have more space organized than I have
Oh, okay,
currently.
okay.
I think the figurine per se that I have on my room, it's the helmet of Darth Vader, like a cup size. Because there was that collection of the masks.
Like that
remember?
Stormtrooper one.
Yeah, I have the Vader one. I actually bought 2 times the Vader one.
Like that Yoda one with the Pez.
I think I also have a Pez. I don't remember where it is. But I think I have a Pez. A Star Wars Pez.
Nice.
I just have to search around my mess because I'm changing things on my room
Yeah, so was I.
for half a year.
Well, not half a year. I was changing things too. But
But
I think
it's like grading is a little bit hard.
this would be a really great video essay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like
Yeah.
proper sturdy and
Yeah,
add-ons and boom,
a
boom,
video,
boom,
a
boom.
nice video essay.
Yeah. Then would use like scientist coats with stormtrooper helmets. I say, hello, I'm Dr. Stormtrooper and this is Dr. Stormtrooper. We are the Dr. Stormtroopers and we're here to educate you on Star Wars. With Dr. Stormtroopers. Batman.
Oh, okay.
What was I?
But there is a very important thing I wanted to talk about. There are 2 games,
Yeah.
2 classic Star Wars games coming
Yeah.
to the new platforms, especially Nintendo Switch.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's the thing.
Jedi Knight 2
Yeah.
and Jedi Academy.
Okay.
They're both going to the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
The first one, I think it's coming on the 24th of September.
Uh-huh.
So Jedi Knight 2 is coming on the 24th of September.
Yeah.
And Jedi Academy is probably coming in the beginning of 2020.
Wasn't Jedi Academy the third one?
The first one here in this.
No, you have Jedi Knight, then Jedi Knight 2, then Jedi Academy, I think.
Jedi Academy is the third. Yeah,
and there's the fourth one, I think.
I don't remember. But yeah, Jedi Academy was the third. I think.
Yeah. So where the fuck is the first one?
I don't know. But they are also going to be available on the PlayStation 4. Both of them.
I just love. And I'm saying this with every cell in my body in an ironic way. The resell games
Hmm.
type of business.
Hmm.
How many times has a imagine this Final Fantasy, especially the first ones, how many remakes have they made?
A lot of
Like,
them.
you have for the original console, then you had from Game Boy Advance, then it was on PC, then they remade it on a chibi version for PC, and then probably on platforms.
Don't forget that Final Fantasy is a type of game that is very
Easily
it's very
remade.
it's so replayable.
Yeah,
It has so much replay value
yeah.
that it's obvious that it's going to salud
Thank you.
that it's obviously going to have remakes and
Yeah.
resells and remasters and
The PlayStation
whatever
the,
they want to do.
the Final Fantasy VII is going to be remade. Before that, you had the original on PlayStation One. Then they tried. I think they sold it on PC, on PlayStation One and PC. Then they started to resell it again on Steam, and I think the classical one you can buy it on PlayStation Store, or at least once there was a time where you could. You also have the extra games for Final Fantasy VII, which are the guys with the game of Vincent, the Cerberus one,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the game with Zack, which is the prequel story.
Mm-hmm.
You have the movie, which some consider canon, or others don't consider canon. Um,
Yeah, because then there's always that old discussion: which is canon, which isn't.
yeah,
I mean, even Dragon Ball has that.
yeah,
that
with
discussion
GT
with
that isn't
GT.
canon, but the opening song of Portuguese version is the best one ever.
Yeah,
Um,
this is not even debatable.
Give me the console remote just to Google a little bit on the PlayStation Store. I'm not going to buy you anything because I know you don't have money. Don't worry.
Ditto that. I'm a poor guy.
Play this next. No, because that game sucks. Final countdown.
There, Final Fantasy.
Okay, so you have the pre-sale for the digital deluxe edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love Square Enix for the big ass long game names.
Yeah.
You had a Kingdom Hearts for the Game Boy Advance, which was Chains of Memories, and most people on the internet just call it COM because Chains of
Yeah.
Memories. Yeah, and then they remade the game for PlayStation 2 special version just to be sold with the Kingdom Hearts 2 Plus edition on Japan. And they now brought it because they were releasing the Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 to lead up the way to Kingdom Hearts 3. And you have, when they remake a game, they always put the behind, so it's Recom.
Yeah.
And the 3DS game, they actually put a 3D name because a dream drop distance.
But think of this like this. At least you know exactly what they are talking about.
In that case, see, the original game of Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation,
16 euros.
16 years. But think like this: it's a 16 years for an old game, but on the old days, the game was brought to you in 4 CDs. So it's actually just 4 years for each CD. It's super cheap. Remember that.
That's why I went silent.
The episode 8 remastered edition. And then going to remake it also.
20 euros.
20 euros. And this one I don't know.
That's another thing.
That's another thing. And then you have the... Final Fantasy has so many games that I lost count.
Yeah.
A guy would like to... What do you mean you lost count? There's just 15. No.
No, there are like 50.
Yeah. Yeah. You have the Chocobo, then you have the Final Tactics, at least 2 versions, plus the remakes. Then you have the fighting ones, like DC Day. You have the ones just for Android. I lost count with this shit. The online ones has so many things. The complete edition of the online one is 55 euros. That's just stupid.
Just forget about it. It's a lot of them. Just forget about it.
I know, and plus you have the World of Final Fantasy, which is just the chibi version.
But that's free.
No, this is a character.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I know this character is from the Final Fantasy 12. Okay. Plus, the games who had remakes or special versions. Final Fantasy 12 only had the special version to be released on Japan until recently for PlayStation 4. I bought it for 15 years because it was in promotion. And because I wanted to pass that game. For so damn long.
Just forget about it. It's a lot of them.
And just...
Plus
the DLCs.
Let's wrap this up. Just forget about it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Sorry. Oh, and the Type 0, which was originally released for PlayStation Portable.
I stopped following Final Fantasy
since the beginning.
After 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started to see remaster, remake, and this and that. No.
And the Recollector Edition.
I remember watching something like Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah. The 12.
-2 or something.
No, that's 10.
Or whatever. Yeah.
No, the
10-2.
The 10 has 2 parts, which the second is just stupid. And then the 13 one has 3 parts.
Okay. That's why I said, I stopped following.
Yeah. When they... exactly. Even more to the thing of saying there's just 15 games. No.
No, there's actually 50.
Yeah, but so on.
Just forget about it.
If you ever wondered how many games of... counting with the remakes and all that there is of Final Fantasy, go to Wiki.
When a guy that plays Final Fantasy and buys every Final Fantasy tells me that FIFA is the same every year, I say, you have 50 Final Fantasies. So
actually the story in Final Fantasy changes and the dynamics of the play game have changed.
I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying fuck you. If you want to spend your money on that, spend. If I want to buy FIFA every year, just fucking let me. Okay? Just don't. Just don't. Okay? Don't.
But the same guy will argue about every racing car game is different.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Well,
everyone is single is same.
No, it's not. It's really.
You race, you win.
No, that's not. It's really not. Racing games are actually very different.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Need for Speed and Gran Turismo.
Juiced.
Yeah.
Remember Juiced?
But I'm actually just putting together the most famous ones. Need for Speed and Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is actually more of a simulation. That's why it's an esport.
And Drivers Club.
Yeah, Driver Club is also kind of a simulation game.
Yeah, a fancy one.
Apart from Need for Speed, which is a arcade racing game. So it's different.
But we're losing ourselves.
Yeah, we are. But this is the thing.
We're in Mandalorian, I think.
This is the thing.
No.
Let's not forget. Put on your agenda. 2 games coming for Switch and PS4.
So if you have played the old games, try it again, but with new commands because it's going to be on a different remote controller.
Actually, the port, at least for the PlayStation 4, the port from the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 4 usually maintains the same.
Yeah.
Which
The
means
Switch, no.
if you press the options button, which usually is for pausing the game, on a ported game, the options button will do absolutely nothing. So how do you pause? You press on one side of the touchpad.
Like, but just small touch.
No, you
Or
press it.
Press.
You press on the right side of the touchpad, it brings up the start button. If you press on the left side, it brings up the options button.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah.
Seriously?
I tried it on the old grand on the old GTA's and on Bully.
Damn.
Yeah. I have them here.
Damn.
I need to clean it. Don't worry, I
Damn.
need to clean it.
Yeah, damn. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of, oh shit, I need to pause this game.
How do I pause it?
Oh, it's here.
Amazing what this technology can do.
So yeah, now you know.
Yeah, now you know.
Sorry.
And also, listeners, now you know.
And whenever we have the prices for the games, we will give you the prices. Don't forget.
I've been. I
Just
lost track.
don't ask for discounts.
Yeah.
Because we don't get discounts.
No.
So you shouldn't get discounts too.
I actually lost track of the. I just remember the that website that sells physical copies for a limited edition. We talked about it a couple of
Yeah, but I
episodes ago.
don't remember the
The
name.
website.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
Limited run.
Yeah.
That's it. And they were releasing Star Wars games. I forgot to keep track on that. They were releasing Bounty Hunter, and then
Yeah,
I forgot.
I remember that.
to-
Yeah,
to-
but I
to check up the rest.
yeah,
Shit.
I forgot too. So
Yeah. Because I wanted to try to buy the racer game if I could.
Yeah, I remember you talking about something. It's coming from outside.
Yeah. Who
It's-
farted?
It's like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
It's hot as fuck.
Yeah. We were talking about the characters.
From The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
the thing is, the
movements-
Mandalorian is going to be really fast.
Yeah.
This is something that it's been known all along since the presentation of the show.
Therefore, but the stand-up fans
I know,
don't know.
I know, but you had something to say about Cara Dune.
Yeah, the character Cara Dune. Dune. Played by
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano, thank you. Shit, I don't have the internet because I'm in flight mode. Good for me. I'm a stupid ass bitch. If I remember, my phone is on airplane mode just to not get messages during the podcast recording. I forgot my tablet home. The character is going to play, if I remember, an ex-stormtrooper, like those special forces to crash on websites. Like I'm not remember the Clash. Let's call it a Clash trooper.
It's a special forces.
Yeah, she's an ex-Clash trooper turned mercenary.
It's coming from outside.
Yeah. It smells like gas, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So we already have involvements that after the last events of the battle between the rebels and the Empire, some of the Empire quit being from the Empire, but didn't left the dangerous life per se.
They wanted to keep being the good guys.
Not actually the good guys, just action and get paid for the action. in my opinion. For example, because of the Mandalorian, I started reading the aftermath. I already have the 3 books with me to read them, and right in the beginning, I prefer Star Wars stories nowadays that don't have the main usual
Yeah,
characters.
not me too.
I read the Hair of the Jedi, which like 90% is about Luke,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the Luke from episode 4 to 5, so it's still a wimp.
What?
Hair of the Jedi,
Hair to the Jedi, yeah.
Hair to the Jedi.
Something like that.
He's still the kind of nervous apprentice and all that,
The wimpy kid.
the wimpy
Yeah.
kid, and the story is like, eh.
Yeah.
Now, if you, I read Bloodlines. You also read it. It's a story about post-war Leia. So he has politics, but still remembered of the ways in the battle and
But
things that weren't shown in the movies.
to be fair, it's you can compare it because Leia has always been a stronger character than Luke.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm thinking. I'm not comparing them. I'm just
Ah,
saying. I prefer stories of the characters who usually don't have much screen time to be the heroes.
mm-hmm.
In the aftermath, spoiler alert.
For
I'm
instance,
just talking about the first and second.
I read Phasma.
Yeah,
I read Phasma, and the book
as more
shows us so much of the character
yeah, that the movies don't.
that every time I see her in the movies now, I actually cry because it's sad the way they misused her.
Yeah,
And I've read Thrawn too. I just finished Thrawn.
yeah, right.
And what a book! I think it's actually better than Bloodline,
Yeah,
but
I'm starting also
There-
to prefer Thrawn because it is a book in the Empire side.
Mm.
We don't usually get that.
yeah,
The few stories that we get on the
Yeah.
Empire side is just to counterbalance the good
yeah,
side.
yeah.
This was purely evil per
But
se.
the thing is, Star Wars has a big deficit on Empire.
Merchandise.
Not on no, not merchandise. A lot of deficit on Empire stories.
What I meant by merchandise is products concentrated on the Empire side,
I would
beside the costumes that we
I
have.
would even love to have like stories about the droid army and
Yeah.
the separatist side of the war, more on the First Order, more on the Empire, because I think that I actually think on my point of view that it's so much more interesting,
Yeah.
and it has so much untapped potential. Just by reading Thrawn and Phasma, we can see the potential of these kinds of stories.
You know me, I've been complaining this about like I think probably since episode 1. I think that not releasing a product for the Star Wars RPG to play as a member of the Empire.
That was one of the complaints of people about Battlefront 2's campaign,
Yeah.
because the game was advertised as an
The bad
Empire
guy,
story. The main cast was always portrayed in the trailers as an Imperial, and then half point
It
through the
turns.
story you end up in the Rebels.
I think that's because the writer of the story wanted to go in one direction, but then EA pressured to the story to be reduced and rechange it to a point of introducing shit
Yeah,
for
I understand.
the
I understand
multiplayer.
that it was probably also pushed by Disney and Lucasfilm,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think that the at least the books are going in the right direction.
The books,
And
at least.
the comics, you only have Vader and Maul, I think.
On the dark side.
Yeah, you only have that collection for Vader, which is on issue 5, I think, or 6.
The current canon. The current canon, you have several for Darth Vader.
I think it's on issue 6 or 7 now.
You have
And then there's one issue or two for Darth Maul, I
no
think. More.
more. You for Maul you have the Son of Dathomir. Then the other side story for Maul. On Vader you have like it's already this third set of course of comics for Vader.
So yeah, it's like
One is already completed since the end of 17, I think.
yeah.
And you have Vader, then you have Darth Vader. You have
Yeah, you have two. Yeah, you
yeah,
have two different sets for Vader.
yeah. One was more concentrated on the persecution of Jedi's. The other was the search for his soul per se. Um, what was that?
What?
You still recording?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, no, I think, but they only bring the stories to those guys, you know.
Yeah, because they're the main
And
guys. But
when we're gonna have a couple of comics about Snoke and Kylo Ren and so on. I think the Kylo Ren one
yeah, but
is
it.
already
But
released
those.
a
But
sneak peek.
the thing is, I see those issues on Kylo and on Snoke as reaction comics. I mean, they were only made because people complained about not having
Yeah,
a decent backstory.
I think it nowadays it's a recent reaction to the type of fans that we have that they're bringing stories to the dark side or and not just in Star Wars what I meant and because some of the stories have been released like the end of the world or for example not entirely heroes just
Yeah,
uh, anti not villains
anti-heroes.
anti-heroes like Deadpool, Venom, almost Wolverine.
Yeah,
Some issues of Wolverine, yeah, it went like in a rampage mode or doesn't trust no one.
yeah.
It just kills. So I consider that version of Wolverine to be an anti-hero. But it's the type of stories I think if enough pressure would give, there will be released stories, but there's also the main concern of these stories will produce bad effects on society. There's always that type of screaming in the back of the mind of the companies.
I know. That has never stopped Marvel Comics from publishing comics. That has never stopped DC Comics from publishing comics.
Yeah, but
That has never stopped Hollywood from making violent movies. That has never stopped
but in the
television.
violent movies, either anyone dies
I think
or
that
it's a story for the hero.
personally I think that it's a scapegoat. That kind of argument
Speech. Yeah.
is a scapegoat, just like the argument of video games cause violence is a scapegoat.
Well, from the video memes you just showed me of FIFA, video games produce
It's a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat
video games bring violence to the public.
because that's something that mostly happens in one country in the world. I'm not trying to bash on America, but it's true. In Europe,
America.
that doesn't happen.
Nope.
For instance, so if you want to compare directly, Europe is what's closest, and Europe, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
There are no school shootings. There are no
Well, we
shootouts in
can't
the middle.
afford the money for weapons.
That's it's a
I'm
different.
kidding. I'm kidding.
We have different societies.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think that's the scapegoat.
Well, there's always been scapegoats for what is not considered normal we've talked about this, the what I call the dark ages of the Dungeons and Dragons.
And nowadays you have a group of people who have their own ideas and their own agendas, if you want to, and they want to they think that the best place to actually spread them and marketing them is through media, movies, television, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we always have this eternal debate between, oh, these SJWs are ruining movies. Oh, you're just a man baby. And this kind of argument will never end, or won't end in 2, 4, 5, 6 years,
Yeah.
because these are two equal forces pushing each other. It's Newton. It's Newton's law. So
Oh, look at the science guy over here. Clap, clap, clap.
if you could see me now, ha!
He's wearing a white coat
But yeah, that's the thing.
and funny weird glasses.
The thing is, these kinds of fights, these kinds of arguments are actually
Stupid.
bringing a lot of trash into mainstream media.
Yeah.
That's why you have some horrific movies, some horrific TV shows, some horrific comics, some horrific books, and this will keep going.
Yeah.
These battles will keep going, and yeah, this and the scapegoats is the biggest are my biggest concerns right now,
Yeah.
regarding mainstream media, at least.
The media.
And that's why I don't think that we will have a lot of stories about the Empire anytime soon.
Well, at least some already have been released, and if some people want a more dark side of the story, they can go to explore the expanded universe.
Yeah,
Nowadays, you
but
can just
you need
grab
to
the
choose. You need to choose carefully what you bring from the expanded universe, because the expanded universe had a lot of good stuff,
Yeah,
but it had a lot of horrible ones too. So
it was expanded.
they need to actually be very careful. I
No,
like the idea
I'm not
of,
saying they're going. I'm not saying for them to bring stories to the canon. I'm just saying if someone wants to read and the canon doesn't have, go read in the expanded
yeah,
universe.
yeah, okay. On that,
I'm not saying they should rebring the expanded
Yeah, okay,
universe back
okay.
because
yeah, that I agree with you. Yeah,
instead of having just one emo kid, we'll have two emo kids, especially from the Skywalker side.
yeah, always. There's always the Skywalkers.
Yeah,
That would be a nice sitcom. Meet the Skywalkers.
meet the Skywalkers. Wrong music.
It's the wrong. This is what I'm imagining in my head. So
No, that would be
you're
How I
not
Met Your Mother.
You're not the screenwriter to this show in my head. So suck a duck. Okay.
Quack,
Suck a duck.
quack, quack. How long are we into the episode?
1 hour.
1 hour
And 5.
and 5.
I think that we have stretched this enough.
I think we've talked about more than nothing than the actual things we talked in the 5 seconds
Yeah.
before recording.
Just
that
the
we're gonna
magic.
talk.
That's just the magic, and the Final Fantasies were a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And the debate of nothingness.
I don't care.
Let's put this
It's
title.
content.
The title for this episode is going to be "Coffee on the Dark Side" brings you nothing about Star Wars. The special edition of nothing news in during the week. But what I was saying about just before ending the episode,
This is what, the 20th, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Happy 20th.
Happy 20th.
Happy 20th. Next episode on other places on the planet Earth, we're old enough to drink. Yay! We're going to be legal with drinks.
Are you calling me a drunk?
No, I'm calling
You
the
should.
podcast.
You should.
I'm calling the podcast.
Oh,
So I'm calling us both drunks.
but you should.
I'm calling us both drunks.
Okay.
I have a can of Guinness waiting for me at home.
Good.
I find funny the thing they
The
put.
shaker.
Yeah, the shaker.
Yeah.
Just to keep the gas.
Yeah.
That's like marvelous. But I'm starting to read the aftermath, and the first characters of the story that appear either be on the dark side or on the light side are not main characters. One of them, you know it. It's Wedge. From
Who doesn't do anything
the friend.
relevant? Yeah.
Yeah, the friend of Luke that supposedly does shit during the piloting, but you never see him because you're always focused
The
on
guy
Black
that can
Skywalker.
take down the Empire by himself. And then dies.
Yeah, but he never died.
Yeah.
He just dies on the
The ship.
the
ship.
the Family Guy special version.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he dies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he dies.
Uh,
So next time out, we will probably have a review on the book, which will be a new thing.
book or books? I'm reading pretty fast.
I'm putting book just
Okay,
just to
just
be
book.
just to play sure and be safe.
We're already at the end of the episode. I was going to ask you, have you tried the upgrades for Battlefront 2?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I haven't been around at home this week.
Okay,
a
see you
lot.
next week.
Yeah.
For that shit.
Yeah, probably on Tuesday.
Okay.
Probably on Tuesday night
Yeah.
because that's when I return.
Yeah. And then you're going to be tired and you're going to sleep and you don't play.
Depends on the hour that I arrive. But I need to go home to go to bed early because I'm going to work on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, but you arrive on Monday.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday. You screwed.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, bro.
That's the thing. Okay, I think that's...
All right.
I think that's it for today, tonight, to the evening.
To the evening. To the evening. What the fuck?
Today, tonight, and evening.
1 hour later.
Goddamn.
1 hour later.
1 hour later, we say goodbye in a German way.
Auf Wiedersehen. Wait, auf Wiedersehen?
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Arigato.
No, that's another thing.
Japanese.
That's thank you.
I know.
Oh yeah, okay.
Arigato
Auf
for-
Wiedersehen. Yeah, okay.
And arigato.
Okay.
Au revoir.
Let's try again. Auf Wiedersehen.
Arigato.
There.
And au revoir.
Au revoir. À bientôt.
À bientôt. Qu'est-ce qu'il te fait? Arrivederci. How do you say in Spanish?
What?
Goodbye.
Adios.
Adios. Adeus. I was trying to think in more.
Adio.
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 Adio. Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Jesus.
That was the cue for turning off
Yeah,
the
yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah. May the
The
force
force
be
be
with
with
you.